Hello, I am Stardust the New What Ifer, and this is What If Naruto Had the Hide Lockers Part 3. Now, first thing, uh, when it comes to this, I might or might not post every single day. I know consistency and all, but you can't expect me to put out so many parts of this What If inside of a week, you know. That makes my views go lower, because then people don't want to see it as much. So I might do a few What If Dekus. Tell me if you want those inside the comments or whether you would like the Naruto content to keep on going. And also, I have a poll for you. Would you rather have What If Deku had the powers of a bioelectrical aura? Or would you rather What If Naruto had the abilities of a bioelectrical aura? And without a further ado, let's get into this video. Hit my intro. Don't cry. So basically, Naruto wakes up in the morning. He does his daily routine, and as he walks out, he sees this locker right here. Now, he doesn't really know what it is, but he just sees it on his, kind of kitchen table. And it's just kind of sitting right there. Now, that's weird because this one right here is the locker that he saw before. He actually doesn't know what that one is, or this one right here is. So he checks inside of it as he pulls out the bear, the wolf hide, as he sees it's just a normal hide, unlike the other one, as far as he can see. But for safe measure, he's going to keep it inside of this chest. Now, Naruto's been noticing, since he's gotten his whole, hide, his emotions have been weird. It's kind of like, as he felt certain emotions, there was a second emotion that came with those. Whenever he started feeling sad, he started feeling angrier at the same time. It was pretty weird in his opinion. So, Naruto then remembers, he's supposed to be gone by now. He goes ahead, warms himself up some ramen, gets to eating, and he runs his way to where they said to meet up. As, he gets there, Sakura says, Naruto, when you're meeting people, you're not supposed to be late. You're almost an hour late. As Naruto looks at her, he's like, my bad, Sakura. I didn't know that I was that late. So he's laughing a little bit. As, Sakura's just kind of angrily staring at him as he looks over at Sasuke and sees that he's doing his old emo thing and looking off into the distance. So basically, as he sees that, he just sits on the bench beside them, and they kind of wait for Kakashi. Now, it takes Kakashi the full hour that Naruto was late before he, begins to get there. As he's actually there, they're all looking at him angrily as they're like, why were you so late, Kakashi-sensei? As, Kakashi's like, I was just walking the path of life. Naruto looks to the left. He looks to the right. He's like, F your path of life. As he looks at him, as he don't even know why he's feeling like this. He's like, as a matter of fact, you have some audacity to invite us here and then be late. As, Kakashi's putting his hand up as he's like, calm down now, Naruto. I get that I was late, but it's not that big of a deal. As Naruto's like, nah. Ain't no way we had to sit here for an entire... I got here late. I got here 30 minutes late. You took 30 minutes before you got here. Do you realistically know how long we were waiting here? Or they were waiting here. They were waiting here for 60 minutes. 60 minutes. I'm not an adult or anything, but I know as long as you've been living and as long as you've been a ninja, you know what a sense of urgency is. Don't have us waiting this long again. As, everybody's just kind of looking at Naruto in shock because they like, wow. They've never seen Naruto, go off like that over something so minuscule as time. As Kakashi's like, anyway, everyone, I have a test for you guys. The test is pretty simple. And it's two, as he reaches onto his side and pulls out two bells. He's like, get these bells out of my hands before the sun goes down. If you don't, well, you fail the test. As, Naruto's like, oh, okay. As, Sasuke and Sakura are like, wait, Naruto. Our sensei's a Jonin. It's not going to be as easy as he's making it out to be to get those bells off his hand. As, Naruto's like, he looked to the left. He looked to the right. As he's like, you must think I'm weak. As they both just sigh as they're like, fine. As they then dash into the bushes. As Naruto's kind of, like, they're cowards. I don't need to sneak up on you to get those bells out of your hand. As Kakashi kind of raises an eyebrow as he's like, do you now? As he's like, yep. As he then proceeds to punch at Kakashi. As Kakashi proceeds to dodge his punch as Naruto's throwing a multitude of punches, and when Kakashi eventually catches one, he notices these punches aren't something light. These punches are actually very powerful, even for Naruto. He's heard about Naruto having extreme strength even for his age, but this level of strength, this can be compared to a mid-level Genin. Luckily, he's dealt with enough Genin to know that he doesn't have any skill inside of his attacks. So then he proceeds to trip Naruto. As, Naruto then proceeds to try and attack Kakashi head on. As when he tries that, he sees Kakashi disappear in a poof of smoke. As all the rest of the what we call now Future Team 7C, he's holding up a hand sign, and Sasuke Sasuke knows what that jutsu is. He knows if Naruto gets hit by that jutsu right there from behind, he most definitely will not survive it. As Kakashi says, sacred jutsu, 1,000 years of death. If you've seen Naruto, you know exactly what happened. So he then goes flying into the air, holding his butt, and then goes crashing into the water. Now, everybody's just kind of looking with the gross faces. They're like, I did not expect him to do that. So Naruto's currently sinking into the water in pain. As, he's starting to feel some type of way. He's like, ain't no way that he just disrespected me like that. Ain't no way in God that he just disrespected me like that. I'm supposed to be Hokage. I ain't no weakling. He treated me like I'm the weakest link inside of this team. Everybody knows Sakura's weak. As, he starts to get angry. Everything starts to go red as he's balling up his fist as he's like, nah, I ain't going out like no punk. as he dives right back out of the water with his muscles alone, which is actually pretty shocking to Kakashi. Which, yes, he is watching with the Shadow Clone right now. Naruto then hears a scream come from the forest. He then proceeds to, shrug because, he's not expecting for Kakashi to do anything traumatizing or even, deadly. No, he's almost 100% sure that's against the rules. But then he sees something underneath the tree which instantly quells his anger. He sees some bells as, he's basically like taking candy from a baby. As when he gets there, he stops for a few seconds. As he has this bad feeling. As he's like, nah, I'm just tripping. So he then proceeds to try and grab the bells. Then he's tied into a bunch of ropes and raised into the air. Yep. It was a trap. So now Naruto is proceeding to try and struggle with getting out of these ropes. Now, eventually he does get out the ropes. And he sees all, and I do mean all of the lunches on top of these wooden planks. So, Naruto's kind of like, I don't think they'll mind if I just take a bite or two. As he starts walking up there. As when he does, he then proceeds to get hit in the head. As he turns around, as he sees Kakashi sitting there. As he then remembers what Kakashi did to him. He then remembers that Kakashi made him look weak. He don't even know why he angry. He's just really, really angry for some reason. So, he's balling up his fists. And Kakashi sees something really weird. Kakashi sees that his eyes are glowing white. As, he sees this. He's not paying attention enough as he proceeds to almost get punched in the face. And this punch was surprisingly strong enough to send Kakashi off of his feet and 3 feet back away from Naruto. As Naruto says, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You're just the asshole. As he balls up his fist as he's like, I'm going to get those bells off of you one way or another. As Kakashi looks at him, as, he gets the shocked look off of his face and goes back to a plain looking face as he's like, you are now. Let's see that happen. As, Naruto then proceeds to try and punch Kakashi, which Kakashi effortlessly dodges and then grabs Naruto by the arm and throws him. Now, Naruto goes flying, but then he, hits the ground. And as he hits the ground, he then sees 2 shuriken coming at him. Now, obviously, Naruto isn't slow enough to get hit by these shuriken, so he dodges out of the way. As when he dodges out of the way, he's then slipped from the side as he falls onto the ground. Now, this angers Naruto even more, as he then, for some reason, slashes at Kakashi as Kakashi dodges. As Naruto looks at his hand as he sees claws peeking through. As eventually these claws recede back into his fingers. As he's looking confused, and whilst he's confused, he's then grabbed by Kakashi and thrown into a tree. Now, Naruto's kind of holding his back as he's kind of in pain and confused. As when that happens, he then gets kicked by Kakashi from the side. Not too hard, but hard enough to definitely be annoying. So after that happens, he's kind of holding his side. as he's like, ow, as he then hears a hissing type of sound from the side of him, as he sees a paper bomb. As he begins to run, he sees the paper bomb go off, as he goes flying forward. And as he goes flying forward, there's Kakashi charging up a fist. And mind you, he still has that same plain look on his face as he's like, disappointing. As Naruto then proceeds to wake up on the trees, tied up. As as Sasuke and Sakura are eating. As he's looking confused, he's not even angry anymore. He's just confused as he's like, what happened? As Sasuke basically says, Kakashi Sensei knocked you out. And he said, we can't give you anything to eat or else. Sakura says from the side. As, Naruto's kind of just looking now inside of defeat because it doesn't take a genius to know that he definitely failed the test if he got knocked out before he could even get the bells. As, Sasuke's like, here, you idiot. As Sakura looks over, she's like, what are you doing, Sasuke? He said we can't give him any food or else. As, as she says that, he then proceeds to look over at Sakura as he's like, look, it will be more shameful to not give our teammate anything except for, giving him something to eat. As Sakura just kind of looks at him and she's like, you know what? You're right. As, she's looking at him. She's basically, like, here you go, Naruto. Just thank Sasuke for the fact that I'm even giving you anything at all. As, Naruto's like, well, I'm kind of tied up, so I can't eat it with my hands. As, Sasuke and Sakura then proceed to, start feeding Naruto. As the meal is halfway finished, they then see a poof of smoke appear before them and an extremely loud boom sound. As Kakashi says, you! As they all close their eyes. As he says, passed. As they kind of slowly open their eyes, as they're kind of confused. They're like, huh? As he says, you passed. As he goes on with saying that, being like going against the rules, people that go against the rules are scum, but people that abandon their friends are worse than scum. As he then says this, he then goes on to talk about all the students that failed and, the fact that they're the only team out of, any of them that he's was about to train that had passed because they fed their fellow, partner. Everybody else was selfish and didn't feed them, or they all failed before they could even get to this point in the test. Or they would all just, sprawl out inside of separate groups and try to fight. As, they're all kind of celebrating and everything. And, by the end, everybody goes home, including Naruto. So when Naruto finally, is getting to his house, he then hears a ringing sound. As he feels something hit him in the back of his head, as he hears, "You Nine-Tails freak!" As, this ringing then gets a lot louder. As, his veins then begin to come black. As he looks at his hands, as he sees nails poking through. As he then blacks out. Time skip the next day. Naruto wakes up inside the woods. As he's kind of getting up, he kind of feels a little bit sore as he sees the sword beside him, as it looks to be covered in blood. As he's confused, he looks at his clothes, as he basically sees his clothes are covered in blood, and there's a stab wound right where his stomach would be. As he looks to the side, as he sees he killed the villager that called him a freak last night. As he begins to freak out, as he feels something inside of his mouth, as he pulls out a big piece of skin connected to a little bit of bone. That's where I'm going to end this what if. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that like button or subscribe. Don't really care. Support my Cash App below if you want to see another part. You know, give me a little bit of support, either through anything, even commenting. I like to read comments. I always like all of my comments. And without a further ado, see you later.
Wanna ask this bitch as that, but that nigga dead for real. Been a nigga block the windows down, but I like jumping out. You clap first, I'm still coming, bitch. We just gon' spark it out. Run the opposition down and knock his fucking tonsils out. Lil' bro smooth his ass, that nigga dead. That's what that chopper about. We ain't ducking shit, bitch. What it is? Let's bring them choppers out. Pull up to his crib, that's where he live. Oh yeah, we popping out. Ain't no questions asked, bitch. I'm a blast. They know I'm rocking out. When this chopper flash, boy, that's your ass. Ain't shit to talk about.